His Excellency Mr. Wajid Shamsul Hassan, High Commissioner for Pakistan, Mr. Asif Rangoonwala, Chairman, British Pakistan Foundation, Mr. Ziauddin Sardar, co-editor of the Critical Muslim series, Sania Qureshi, distinguished guests, BPF members, ladies and gentlemen, good evening and a very warm welcome to the High Commission. It gives me great pleasure to share with you my thoughts on what we hope will prove to be an evening to reflect on who we are as Pakistanis. It's of paramount importance to debate the varying perspectives of identity, religion, culture, and politics in the current times to understand ourselves better and to communicate better with the others. It becomes even more significant in a rapidly changing and increasingly interconnected but ideologically divided world. The Pakistan society provides an excellent example of the different ethnicities, culture, social and political order, and of the languages spoken in the country, but all of us joined together with a single identity, that of Pakistanis.
Thank you very much for actually showing up. It's great to see a lot of young people here. And I think BPF, there's been a lot of noise about BPF and what are they doing and how are they doing it. And because it's still in the infancy, we're still feeling our way about it. But I think there's 2 or 3 very clear messages that we wanted to get across. First of all, it's about the socio-economic development of Pakistan itself and how can we help Pakistan. We need to understand that there are anywhere between 8 and 12 million Pakistanis living outside of Pakistan, who we feel as BPF need some form of representation. So, it's not about being from Faisalabad or Gujranwala or Karachi or Lahore or wherever it is. It's about Pakistanis who live abroad and what can we do. As I was mentioning to somebody just this evening, I said, during the week, a couple of times in any news that you see, you'll see in a ticker tape something about Pakistan. So for 184 million people who have created so much noise in the world, I think we need to consolidate and harness that. And BPF, along with APF in the US, has decided that we're going to take on this challenge. Getting to BPF and what are we trying to achieve here? So in the last 2 years of our formation, I think what we've done is we've managed to get together with the local diaspora and try to establish a liaison, not just with the, as they say, the London Walas, it's also with the Glasgow guys and the Bradford and the Manchester people. And and not because I'm sitting in the High Commission here, but I must say that the cooperation that we've received from the Pakistan High Commission here and the Commissioner himself, as His Excellency, has been fantastic, like this event tonight. They've offered us full cooperation. They said, whatever we can do for you, we're ready to do it. You can use our place. We'll help you with the events and so on. So I'm very grateful that you have actually allowed this event to take place here.
When we look at Islam, both in its sources like the Quran or the life of the Prophet Muhammad and the early history of Islam, one question arises: why was it possible for Islam to spread throughout the world so quickly and so rapidly? And my answer is simple: it was critical thought. Because if you look at the Quran, systematically it asks people to think, to reflect, to seek education, to question things. I mean, the Quran itself is full of questions from beginning to end. And that was what made the Muslim civilization great. Unfortunately, for the last 400 years ago, for almost 400 years now, we have lost the art of asking questions, how to engage critically with the world, how to criticize ourselves, and of course, how to criticize others. And I think unless we learn to criticize, we are not going to become a thriving, dynamic culture and civilization. And that's why I've launched Critical Muslim. And the idea is to promote critical thought in every way, not just in religion, but also in culture, in science, technology, in all aspects of life. And it's criticism not about ourselves, not just about Muslims, but it's also criticism of the West. And of course, we have to learn to accept the criticism from others. So it's criticism all round.
My name is Atif Nawaz.
And I'm Savas Papasava.
And we're at the Pakistani High Commission today to screen our documentary film, Postcards from Lahore, which we were lucky enough to win an honourable mention laurel at the...
what was it again?
It was, I don't remember, it's something that I don't... It was the Los Angeles Movie Awards, that's right. It won an honourable mention at the Los Angeles Movie Award. And we're lucky enough to get to show it today at the Pakistani High Commission. It's a film I made, I shot a couple of years ago in Lahore, which is my favourite city in the world. I don't know about the people in this room, but I just think it's the most beautiful place. Would anybody agree with me? No? Well, it's not raining there, so it's a wind straight away. There we go. Yay for the weather. No, it's my favourite city in the world. My parents were both born there. I visit it every year. I visit it every year, and I spent some time with my wife there as well last year. So it was a wonderful city to me. It's really close to me, and I went there, and I felt this responsibility as a British Pakistani guy to showcase a good side of Pakistan, because what you see in the media in general isn't very positive, and you don't get these wonderful images there. You kind of see people who don't kind of show you a very negative side of the country, and I wanted to show something a bit more positive.
I personally really enjoyed seeing the desserts made in front of me. This is amrati. It's kind of like a modified jalebi. Thick, Krispy Kreme with extra sugar. This is a local delicacy called Baraf Cola. It's not unlike a slush puppy, but instead of a machine doing all the work, someone physically grinds the ice for you. What a beautiful symbol for the city itself. Beautiful to look at, fascinating to absorb, and with a raw sensibility that gives it an indescribable identity, a unique spin on something very familiar.
In the Federal Beat neighborhood is Haji Club, the biggest gym in Karachi. Its slogan, written on its website in English, is "Come as you are, leave as you want to be." The club is symptomatic of the desires and unsettling frustrations produced by the new economies of consumption that have accompanied Pakistan's incorporation into the global economy. The mushrooming of private media, the liberalization of finance and banking, and the boom in local and multinational telecom companies have created over the past decade an important growing middle class in the city. It has also created the potential for upward mobility for everyone. no matter how unlikely, adding to the confusions and contradictions of urban Pakistani life.
I am Nazir Sabir. I was on my way back from a 3-week lecture tour in America, stopping by here in England, also doing a couple of lectures. It was a great event to be here. I just took a break from my long visits in the cold Lake District, and very pleased to see lots of Pakistanis here at the British Pakistan Foundation event. For the first time, I see that many Pakistanis who live here, of all ages actually, lots of journalists and so many people. It's been great pleasure to see that people are meeting and sharing their different styles of life back home and also here in England.
With Pakistan, one of the things that I really would like to help Sonia and British Pakistan Foundation and those of you who want to show the side of Pakistan that the media in America and Britain never show or hardly ever show. They show 2% of the truth 100% of the time. But they can't fool me because I've been there and I've seen the other 98% they never show. So if any of you ever need me to speak to other Goras or anywhere else in the world about the wonderful, beautiful people of Pakistan, those heroes that were mentioned, those people that nobody ever hears about, people that are working in the villages, honest, decent Pakistanis that I would love to highlight and talk more about, that I know personally and have seen what they've done, then please consider me at your service. And I appreciate your time, and I appreciate again, this lady, Sonia Qureshi, she is a gem for this community of expats, and she has done so much, and she's going to do so much more. And I hope that all of you realize how valuable an asset that you have in her, and I really appreciate for all that she's done for me to help me introduce me to people in the British Pakistani community. Same